Oh, I mean, that is a big question. It really depends how much someone actually wants to spend and can spend. I don't believe in trauma. Think about your budget before. Ideally, what would you like to spend and what do you feel comfortable spending? Don't blow the budget. You don't want to start off on the wrong foot with your new husband on how much you spend on a wedding gown that he doesn't agree with. But with our gowns, sort of with our ready-to-wear collection, they're between $1,500 to $4,000 for the ready-to-wear gowns, and then with our couture gowns, they start at $6,000 and go up to sort of $14,000 upwards if you want more than that. So that's probably a good range across the board to normal gowns, price gowns as well. So it sort of covers most pieces, I think, from that point of view. So I just think about your wedding, think what you're genuinely comfortable with spending, and then have a look and see what is available for you that you like.
Karen, I imagine that gowns take a little while to design and produce. How much lead time should brides be allowing to make a wedding dress?
Our answer is, and industry standard is 6 months. And most places definitely do. It depends where you get the gown from as well. Some places absolutely that is genuinely the minimum order time, because if their gowns are made overseas, they need that long. Our order time is more flexible than that. If someone comes into us and needs a gown for 3 weeks, and if we can fit it into our schedule, if we've got the fabric, if we can make that gown that she would like, of course we do. We make wedding gowns and we sell wedding gowns. We just don't recommend you leave it till that long, because we can't always do it. Or we could do you a gown, but not necessarily that gown, because we haven't got the fabric, the wholesaler hasn't. We're waiting for a particular lace to come in from France. I've waited 7 months for pieces of lace sometimes, or special order fabrics, or even normal order fabrics, but we sold out. We weren't expecting to. The wholesaler sold out, wasn't expecting to, and then to put the order in with the mills can take months and months. So the longer the better but 6 months normally is a minimum, but definitely ask, of course. A lot of places like us can do them in less time. A lot of places cannot do them in less time at all.
You're listening to an interview with celebrated wedding dress designer Karen Willis-Holmes. So stay with us as Karen explains to us how to get the best wedding dress for your wedding. Now, Karen, what's your view on buying wedding dresses online?
That is, you've got to be careful, I think. I mean, I think it's the same as anything, though. There's reputable suppliers and there's people that are just going to do the wrong thing. The problem with buying online is you're not seeing the product. So if you're buying from a trustworthy source, of course it's going to be good. And if you don't like it or it doesn't fit, there's going to be a good, proper returns policy. But there's an awful lot of places that are selling very pretty looking pictures on the internet, and when you would get the gown probably after the date you were supposed to, so you're getting very stressed because your wedding is very close. Funnily enough, it's not the quality you're expecting because it was only $400 or something. I mean, it can be good, but it can be very dangerous. The last 18 months we've had an awful lot of girls coming into our stores because they ordered the gown online and they weren't happy with when they got it. They didn't like it. It wasn't the quality. It just completely didn't fit them. And they were stressed at the very last minute looking for a wedding gown. So it ended up costing them what they thought was a bargain, ended up costing much more, plus an awful lot of stress in the end. So, yes, but be cautious. Read the fine print, check what you're actually buying, make sure you've got it in plenty of time, because if you're not happy with it, you need to have time to sort it out.
I notice looking around the internet lately, there's a lot of wedding dresses for less than $200 coming out of China. I suppose the language barrier would be something to consider as well.
Yes, and you're right, there is. I mean, I actually have purchased a few to see what you got. Look, I don't think they're very good, but it gets down to, and if that genuinely is the amount of money you've got to spend, then it's a way to go. It's certainly a gown. Of course it's not going to be fit or look anything like a $2,000 dress. I mean, I suppose it's the same as any item. A gown is priced at a certain price because that's how much it's worth. So if you buy a $200 dress, you're going to get $200 worth of dress. If you buy a $2,000 dress, you're going to get $2,000 worth of dress. And then you're going to need it altered as well, and you'll have to find a dressmaker, which a lot of places like ourselves provide a dressmaking service as well, which of course we won't do if we haven't made the gown. So it's not just the gown, it's the after service, I suppose. Is that going to be able to be fitted to your body shape? Something, if you don't sew at all, that might look quite easy to you, or yes, it could be fitted to you, but it's $1,000 worth of work to get it even halfway how you'd like it when you thought you were buying a cheap gown to start with. Just be cautious, I think, is my motto.
That's good advice for buying online, Karen. Thanks very much for that. I hope there's a lot of brides out there listening to that. Now, Karen, when choosing a wedding dress, what kind of questions should brides be asking their dress designer or stockist?
When across the industry, again, there isn't a standard, so you're buying a dress, but what else? Are you buying a gown that is simply just that dress? Do you have fittings included in it? Is it made to measure, or is it a standard size? Can you make alterations to the pattern? What sort of fabric is it? Is probably not, having said that, it's probably not a big thing as long as you like the look of it. I think the biggest thing is get the dates, get the times, get the price, what's included in the price, exactly what's included in the price or not, just so you know. And
what sorts of things are included, Karen?
With our store, if we're doing a couture gown, every single thing is included, from starting the consultation to having the gown made to fit you. It takes 5 fittings to make a gown to fit you. All the fabric, a certain amount of, in that we've got a certain amount of leeway in the designing, because the whole point is that we're making it to fit and we're making it around what we're discussing as we're going along as well. So it's a little bit flexible, I suppose, to just end up with a much better gown in the very end. With our ready-to-wear collection, we call ours ready-to-wear. It's actually more than regular ready-to-wear, but fittings aren't included in the price. So if you'd like us to hem it, that's an extra service, or you are welcome to take it to someone else to have it hemmed. Or do you need any other fittings to fit it closer to your body as well? And is it just a little tweak, or is it 20 hours of hard slog for the seamstress that it doesn't look right to you? So that sort of things. Again, with us, we can't give a price up front how long something's going to take, but if we think it's going to take longer than we think you think it is, we would say, be careful. Yes, we can do that, but there's a lot of work in this, so it's going to change the price a lot when we're finished. So just so you're aware of that. Whereas a lot of places, of course, wouldn't. So, and some places include the hems, some places don't. Most places, ready-to-wear gowns are just the gown, but then do you need a hoop as well? If it's a fuller skirt, then you would need to purchase one, or you would need to hire one. What about a veil? When will the gown, if it's being ordered in from another store, when is the date that it's coming in, and follow up on that? Unfortunately, not everyone delivers when they say they will. And again, we've sort of met a lot of girls who are sort of very last minute saying that, the gown was supposed to have been in several months ago and it still hasn't. And then they're getting stressed at the end because they haven't got their gown from different suppliers. And then they might get it sort of 2 weeks before the wedding when they weren't expecting that. And again, if there's any problems, it's not what they thought they'd ordered. There's no time to fix it. So I think keep on to any supplier, get dates and times in place, get them in writing.
So it sounds like a timeline is very important.
It is, definitely. Timeline, and of course exactly what is included in the price. Is it exactly as the sample? Are you having a longer train? Is that extra? Is that included in the price? Be very specific with what you are getting, and if you're not sure, keep questioning till the answers make sense to you, I think.
Thanks, Karen. On your website, I notice at karenwillishomes.com.au, you have a ton of great dress ideas, but you also have a ready-to-wear collection. Now, what exactly is a ready-to-wear collection?
And I suppose